Hello! Welcome to episode 31 of Last Stitch Effort. My name is Pacasha, and this is my knitting podcast about using up my stash. We're 1 year in this episode, and I wish I could say that I actually took a big chunk out of this stash. However, I didn't. I added to it. I added more yarn than I knitted, and while I am grateful, I love all my yarn. I love the fact that I get yarn as gifts. Um, I have plans for most of it. I love it. It's just a bit overwhelming, and it has been for several years now, and this was my attempt to kind of work on that, and that didn't happen. So let's start the second year new. Every day is a new start, and we'll make some progress. Definitely make some progress this year. I know we will make progress. I will make progress this year. Anyway, I did bring my little notebook so I can give you some numbers. Right now, my stash stands at 49,221 grams of yarn, which is approximately 984 balls. Like I do it in 50-gram balls worth. I don't know, that for some reason that seems like a good measure besides just grams, because I have hand spun, I have, all different sizes of yarn, and I keep every little leftover. So I don't know. It's approximately 984 balls. And my number in my Ravelry stash is 295 entries. So that's a lot. Just going back, like I didn't start this little notebook until November, and that's a significant amount more than I had last November. Okay, well, that's okay. We'll keep going forward. It'll be all right. I do have 2 finished objects, and those totals have come out of my numbers. Let's just go ahead and show you. I'm not wearing any knitwear today. It's still a bit hot. So the first FO I have is a pair of navy socks, which I think even in the very first episode I mentioned I needed a pair of navy socks. And I've talked about it a bunch just because it matches I wear a lot of navy, wear a lot of black, wear a lot of navy, wear a lot of dark colors. Not today. Anyway, so I have these socks. They're just 2x2 on the leg, and then just a standard slip stitch heel flap, and then pardon me, instead of decreasing here on the gusset, I decrease here. And the yarn is my throat growled. Cascade Heritage, just navy, and I used like 60 grams, 60 some odd grams. I have pretty small feet, so anyway, made those. Yay, now I can wear them because I showed them to you. I wasn't going to record this week, but I need my socks. So, and I didn't want to show them to you after I had worn them. I have another finished object. It fell behind the couch, so it's got some fuzzy stuff on it. I tried to get it all off. Okay, now, usually when I finish something, I don't consider it finished until all the ends are woven in. All the ends are woven in. However, I do need to reblock the button band and find buttons still. But all of the knitting is done, so all I need to do is do a little steaming and sew on find buttons and then sew on buttons. So this is Mark's cardigan, and the ends are woven in, they're just not trimmed yet. Oh, I don't even know how to show this, but I made a cardigan. Can you see it? For Mark. And he's very tall, and it fits him really well. It has like a slight V-neck here, but it goes up high, so it's a very shallow V-neck. And so here's all my spaces these are all my buttonholes. I use these to tell myself where to put the buttonholes. And so hopefully soon there will be buttons on this side. I haven't decided what kind of buttons to get. Obviously Mark has a say in that. I do need to steam this too a little bit better, the shoulders. But anyway, it's very long, 2x2 rib at the cuffs and the collar and the button band. The pattern is from Ann Bud's Knitter's Handy Book of I don't know, knitting patterns. This is, I think I did the 44-inch chest, 5 stitches per inch chart. Pretty much you just do a swatch and kind of find, you know, your size on the little graphs, and it tells you the numbers that you need for cast on and decreases and things like that. And kind of a brilliant book. I've talked about it before because I've been knitting this thing for a few months now. But anyway, that's where we are. It's done. Not Cascade. Knit Picks Wool of the Andes in Cranberry. And I used like 15 balls of yarn. I used quite a bit. No, I used 13. 13 or 14. So that took, let's see. If that's, I used 7. Okay, whatever. Anyway, fell behind the couch, so there's all kinds of little thingies on it. I need to vacuum behind the couch apparently. And I also have cats that like to play back there and fight back there, so there's all kinds of cat shenanigan nonsense. So that's done. Yay! All right, let's move on to works in progress. So the one I've been working on the most, and just like in the last like 2 days, I just casted it on. I've been talking about it for a while, but I finally cast it on. It's kind of hard because it's got 2 colors attached to it, but so I'm using Spincycle. I don't know, the sport weight one. Ghost Ranch, Wild Horses, Salty Dog. And I am making Andrea Mowry's shift cowl. And I'm doing it along with some friends. And I mean, I'm not that far. I think I'm on section 3 now. So it's got a lot of gold. I hope it's not horrible next to my face, but I kind of don't care because I really like this color. Anyway, that's where I am on that. So kind of fun. I started it the other night after my friends, I have 2 friends that are making it with me, Emily and Alicia, and Alicia's pretty far in hers, but she knits a lot of projects at once, so I'm trying to catch up. And Emily just started hers, and Emily's a new knitter, but she's like one of those like really good new knitters that just can smash things out of the park right away. So I figured I better get going on mine. So I've been watching horror movies and knitting this. Yay. And not sleeping. Anyway, that's that. Not very far, but this is like my favorite thing to work on right now, so I can't really take it places because I have to concentrate and keep track, and I don't know. I like to have my little paper where I can mark off where I'm at and how many repeats I've done and stuff, so it's good for sitting around and watching things. However, my next project is also one that I really, really have to concentrate. I have to have like 3 different papers out. And it's not even that hard. It's just for me to keep track. I just get distracted easily, especially, you know, lately, the last few years. I don't know. Anyway, and I'm in kind of the middle of a, oh God, what am I doing? Okay, I'm on like block 11. But this, it doesn't look like much. This is going to be the Clint shawl by Natasja Hornby, which is like this quilted, this is going to be a panel in the center, and it's going to look like, what do they call, I don't know what the quilt thing is called because I'm not really a quilter, I just like them. Anyway, this is the panel, and you join it, and it's going to look a lot better soon, I promise. This looks kind of awkward right now, but yeah, so right now it's an L shape, but it will be a square eventually. Yeah, so this is the start of the Clint shawl. I am using, this is some yarn that I dyed back when I dyed yarn on Etsy, and had a shop on Etsy anyway. This is Orange Flower, Flora sock, and Parsnip. And then I have, ooh, this is a mess. I'll show you the other ball then. Knit Picks, Twill fingering, and rosewater. And then the color I haven't added yet, and it's kind of just an accent, you know, whatever. This is Rowan Cashmere Tweed in, I don't know, some kind of teal color. Anyway, so that will eventually get added, and I think it'll be cool. There, that's the front. So that's my next project that I'm working on. And yeah, once again, I have to have lots of papers out. Really, really two. But I like to have all three so I don't have to flip through things. Kind of a pain, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. And I have it in a Fat Squirrel Fibers bag. This is an old one from several years ago. I think this is my very first Fat Squirrel Fibers bag. So I'll link her below because Amy Beth has a beautiful little podcast and she makes great bags. They're super high quality, and I don't buy bags anymore because I've got so many, but this is definitely one that I use a whole lot with Little Red Riding Hood on it. Alright, let's see, what else? Oh, I have my sock. This is my traveling, don't have to think about it project, and I think I made some progress on it. I didn't mark where I was last time. So I have one sock. Maybe I hadn't even done that last time. I don't know. And forgot this part. I'm past the heel on the second sock. So that won't be much longer. And I'm significantly past the heel. So yeah, so I'll start decreasing by here. This is yarn that I got when we were on forced evacuation from our town that was in the middle of a wildfire. I got it at Yellow City Dyeworks or something like that in Amarillo. I mean, it looks atrocious right now, doesn't it? It's just kind of falling apart, but it gets thrown around a lot. But anyway, this is just a little sock yarn that the owner of that store had died, and it's, I think the colorway is called 9 or 9s. Anyway, that's my travel project. The computer over there just came on. I don't know if you can hear that, but that was kind of weird. And I have it in a Madderroot Maine drawstring bag with the moon on it. So I also have a little leather bag that this sits in, and I can take it around easily. It's kind of like a purse, but I'm not going to show you that because it's over there. My daughter had some school thing where she had to wake up at 4 this morning, and of course that means that we had to wake up at 4. And she'd drive up a mountain for senior sunrise or something, I don't know. So it's been a few hours since I've been awake, and I just haven't really woken up yet. It's still quite early. Anyway, just using that as my excuse to be kind of out of it this morning. Okay, the next thing, I think I talked about it last time. The needle's a bit short, so it's kind of coming off, and I'm trying to... Here, I'll just put this down. So last time I talked about making framed... Oh, last 2 stitches. By Andrea Mowry, which is her... What did I do? Okay. It's her Rhinebeck sweater for this year. Okay, some stitches fell off, and I don't think I put them back on correctly, but I was using 2 different yarns last time, but the gauge wasn't really working out, and I didn't quite have enough hand spun to do really what I wanted to do. My friend Alicia came to my rescue and gave me a whole bunch of Dream State, Spincycle Dream State, and Rosy Maple, and so now I am using that to make it, and this needle's just too short to really show you properly. And then this second color is All Bats Are Off, which is Stitch Please by Premier Yarns. And it's a worsted weight. Anyway, I think it's coming out really pretty. And that's another fun one to knit. I don't need quite as much pattern support as some of the other projects I'm doing. And this one, it doesn't really travel well either. I only have socks that are traveling well, which is fine, because if you remember, last time I recorded, I was balling up a bunch of yarns and I have a lot of socks like in the queue ready to go. So if that's what gets finished the quickest because it's the easiest, then so be it. I'll be okay with that. And I definitely have this whole shelf right here, it goes up to here, is like piled high with mostly sock yarn. There's some here too, but mainly this shelf there's like a cone, but for the most part it's all sock yarn up there, with a few exceptions. Yeah, so I wish I had something interesting to say. I really don't. Been watching a lot of movies, scary movies. I rewatched The Witch when I cast on my shift cowl. I don't know why I like that movie so much. I really just like folksy horror things. So if you have any good recommendations in that genre, I like a good dark Puritan witch hunt type thing. Sometimes maybe it's because it's starting to cool off a little bit here, and so that makes me feel all Halloweeny, but I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's been good things lately, and well, for the most part, you can focus on the good things. And yeah, it's been a year. That's weird. I don't know why it's so weird. I guess because I never thought I would be doing this. So the fact that I actually kept up with it, because I seriously thought that I would lose interest after a couple of episodes, but it's been entertaining. And I know that's kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say like having a podcast is narcissistic. I think it can be. But for me, it was just a way to reach out. Like literally a year ago, I did not have knitting friends. I had a friend that crochets, but it wasn't quite like the obsession that I have. And then just in this last year, it's like I've started this, I've made this community where I've been able to reach out to other knitters, and that's been so great and so helpful. Like this has actually like pulled me through some pretty rough times. Like it's like, well, I have to keep going forward because I need to finish this so I have something to say in the podcast. And that thought alone like really helped me get through some stuff. I know that maybe kind of silly or shallow, but sometimes you just have to grab what you can grab to get you through things. And that's what this has been for me, and it's been great. And I've had a lot of fun interacting with you guys in the comments, and I hope to continue to do so. And then, I made a knitter. One of my friends started knitting, and then I met another knitter that I had never met before that lives in our town. And it's just, I have like this community now, which I think I really needed. I think we all need that. And so if this is any part of that for you, then that's why I'm here. Because I get so much from podcasts that I watch, and I get so much from making this podcast. So I hope you're getting something too. Like that's kind of silly, but I don't know. Anyway, for what it's worth, I see you. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope that you're getting what you need. I don't really have a whole lot else to say. I could talk about things that I'm going to cast on, but honestly, I think I've got enough to deal with. This is already too many projects for me. So maybe I'll work on, no, if I was going to say, maybe I'll finish those socks and then I can just focus on the other stuff. But I'm always going to have socks because I always have to have that easy project that you can just take anywhere. But maybe I'll finish that cowl. It'll take forever, and the Clint's gonna take forever, and that sweater's gonna take forever. But it did feel nice finishing Moore's cardigan. Not in time for his birthday, but I did finish it like soon after the next day. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have. Nothing super exciting. Let me know what you're doing in the comments. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for being here and sharing this time with me. Yeah. Take care.